welcome to... There's a lot of names. We had TNA, Undersiege, WWE Saturday Night Main Event, and NXT Battleground all in the same weekend. And we're going to combine all of those into one mismatch. Not mismatch, they were all connected except Saturday Night, which was terrible. But
Saturday
anyway,
nights was a joke.
they're all sort of loosely tied together, so we threw them all in together with this one review, recap, however you want to word it.
Well,
But
I'm not going to say they were tied together, but yeah.
the TNA and NXT kind of were, but not really. Anyway, before we get started, I'm Tofari.
I'm CK.
And I'm Knight Rider.
And let's just jump straight into it. So, we start off with NXT's Robert Stone.
Well, we start off with TNA Undersiege, which was May 23rd, 2025.
Yes. We start off with NXT's Robert Stone.
Yeah.
You just want
Well,
to
kind of.
I'm just going with what the thing says.
I know. NXT, Robert Stone, because he's more or less Evolve.
Yeah. Actually, that's true. He's not on NXT at all.
He's on Evolve.
So, Evolve's Robert Stone, who
And
now refers to himself as Sheriff Stone. Oh, excuse me.
And he's out there, and he's
He's
being an ass.
pretty much, yeah. He's like, oh, you know,
You're going to refer to me as Sheriff Stone from now
I'm
on.
the new director-in-chief, or however he says it. You know, I'm in charge of TNA, and, you know, Santina Morella's an idiot, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I wonder who the fuck gave him this power.
Him.
That's not how that works. Someone had to.
The story writers.
Yeah. Yeah. But who? Who in the higher-ups thought this was a good idea? Who?
If I was writing this story, Robert Stone wouldn't even be there.
No, I disagree. He'd be there. But, you know, we'll get to that, because I think this is going to have a satisfying conclusion. That's besides the point.
Oh, I just don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
Oh no, this is gonna drag out for a little bit. But anyway, we have a match during the kickoff show.
Yeah, with
Xia Brookside versus
and
Rosemary,
which was really good.
Rosemary technically.
Well, Rosemary won
By disqualification.
but
and
the
she won.
The match was actually pretty good.
Yeah, the match itself was
But you
good.
could see Xia flipping.
Because eventually,
Xia grabs...
Rosemary brings in brass knuckles, I believe, at some point, and then she also brings in
a belt.
And at the end of the match, Xia grabs the belt. She's looking at it, and she holds it up in the air, and she just starts beating the shit out of Rosemary with it. Like, just boom, 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 boom.
And the thing is,
boom.
Rosemary is laughing. Or not laughing, but has like...
a smile.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they ring the bell, obviously, so Rosemary wins by disqualification. And then security rushes out there to try to stop Xia. And the crowd is chanting, one more time, one more time. And she just starts beating the security's ass with the belt. Lays them all out in the ring. And then she's, you know, standing there with the strap in hand. She looks down at the security, and she just starts beating them up again. So, like I said, Rosemary won the match, and she won in general. Because she finally got what she wanted.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a whole...
Like you said, I would not be surprised if within a few weeks they're teaming together.
Yeah, I think Xia's going to have a different persona.
Absolutely.
But it gets a bunch of review stuff, and I'm not too worried about that. But then we go to Undersiege.
Yep.
And AJ Francis comes down, and he's like, due to an injury, I will not be competing tonight against Mike Santana. I have getting out of my limo today.
I was so excited to beat Santana's ass that I got turf toe. running out of my limo today. And to be fair, turf toe is a real thing.
We did look it up.
Football players and stuff, like, where you basically...
It's all hyperextending the toe, pushing off.
Yeah, like for a sprint or whatever. Like, it's a real thing that can fuck you up, because, you know, it's kind of hard to run when your toe's sprained or overextended, broken, whatever. So it's a real thing, but
I don't believe that that's...
No, it's not. Especially with what happened later. But, so, in his place would be his...
Casey Navarro.
Yeah, from First Class. And, honestly, this is not the best match of the night, but better than I was expecting. Like, Casey put up a pretty good fight. Like, he had some good moves in there. He was getting dominated for most of it, but he was showing off, I felt. I feel like it was a pretty good showing. But Santana hits the Three Amigos.
Then the DDT. Or Navarro capitalizes the DDT.
Yeah, Santino hits the ropes, but Francis trips him with his crutch from the outside because he doesn't need it because he's a bitch. Navarro
he's sure acting like he does, though, limping and hobbling.
Yeah. Navarro capitalizes the DDT to gain the advantage. Then Santino bounces back with a rolling buck, 50 for another near fall. So, Navarro counterspin the block, then rakes the eyes to avoid the OIC, and then he soars with a top rope splash, but it's not enough to put down Santana, and then Santana successfully connects with spin the block to win the match. But then, of course, after the match... Oh, wait, no. After the match, Santana helps him up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a show of good sportsmanship, blah, blah, blah. And then... what's his fucking... Francis? I can't even bother remembering his name. That's how unimpressive he is to me.
AJ Francis.
Yeah, AJ Francis comes in there, no longer needing his crutch, apparently.
And what was it? I know him as Aiden English. They're using his real name in there. But he's like, it's a miracle.
It's a miracle, you know. And the other referee's like, what the hell are you talking about? He was obviously faking.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. The human body, it's strange. It hurts and heals in mysterious ways. And I'm just, what the fuck is he smoking?
Please pass along.
No, I don't want any of it. 'Cause it obviously makes you dumb as hell.
Exactly.
But anyway, Francis attacks Santana after the match with his crutch. And he tries to get Navarro involved in it. And Navarro's like, wait. What are you talking about? He just helped me up, you know. But
you can see the look. Like Navarro's.
He wasn't comfortable with it. Like
you could see that kind of.
Like there's one thing coming out there, you know, calling the fans idiots, just being a general jackass. But attacking people after the match is a different level.
I feel like when Santana showed him respect, like, you know what, good job, buddy. That was kind of that moment of like, wait, he was showing me compliments, and you're coming in here.
Yeah, he doesn't treat him with any kind of respect. I mean, he kind of does, but not really. He basically just throws him to the wolves.
Person detected at
anyway,
doorbell.
Moving on. Eric Young wishes Cody Deaner good luck in his upcoming match. And Cody Deaner must defeat Eddie Edwards tonight or he will lose his job in TNA. And, look.
I don't know where this story is going, but...
I don't either. But...
We're not going to get into it right now.
Because the thing is, Cody Deaner should have won this match. And
by all means.
And I don't mean that as in, like, he's a good guy and he wants to win. I want him to keep his job. No, like,
The system did everything in their power.
Yes, because what's her fucking name?
Alicia Edwards.
Yeah, his wife, Eddie Edwards' wife, was down there tripping Cody up. I'm pretty sure she gives him the system ring, which lets him deliver, which... Once again, we've gone over this. That's not how that works, but for storyline, it is. He hits him with the ring.
But here's the thing. Before we get to all that, Cody was actually doing really good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say he was going to win. By no stretch. Eddie Edwards, heel or face, is still a phenomenal wrestler.
Absolutely. But
Yeah.
Cody was showing him...
It could have been a decent match. Like,
Yeah, it
it would
been.
have come down to who
Whether
got
he
the
could-
best.
Yeah, whether he could actually put Cody away. And with everything we saw Cody kick out of, I don't think he could have put him away. Not without cheating like he did anyway.
But anyway, it gets down to the fact, and like we said, he threw in the Alicia threw in the ring,
Yeah.
and then Eddie distracts the ref. She.
But yeah, even after he gets hit with the system ring, Diener kicks out just in time. But then Alicia hits Diener with a low blow, and Eddie puts him away with the Boston Knee Party. So his career is over, but obviously that's not.
The only problem I have with this, okay, isn't that he wins or loses, his TNA career is over, blah, 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 blah. The only reason I think this might stick is because of the idiot in charge.
I don't actually know who's in charge.
Stone. Robert Stone.
Oh!
You know he...
Yeah, maybe. But also, fuck him.
But then after the match, the rest of
the system come out, and
and
they're basically just calling him a little like, you suck, you're a loser, you're jobless, blah, 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 blah.
And then, which I was really happy about, the Northern Armory shows up.
Yeah, and they come out to defend Canada, like, you thought we were going to let you guys here, stand out here and insult our country, you know, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And then they bring their mascot, the honey badger.
Though they introduce the honey badger, which is the mascot for the building they're in, the hometown.
Yeah, like their hockey team.
And then their mayor and the coach.
I think it was like something like that. I don't know.
But anyway.
But
so yeah, it comes into play later.
So we get an impromptu 6-man tag team match. Yeah, Hammer the Brampton Honey Badgers mascot is in the Northern Armorer's corner.
Because Alicia Edwards is in the System's corner.
Yeah, and
the System is Moose, Brian Myers, and JDC.
Mm-hmm.
Or Fandango, if you watched WWE years ago. No, actually, it's not Fandango. It's Fandango.
No, you gotta do it right. It's Fandango.
Yeah, there you go. Better. Okay.
Still not quite as good as him, but that's besides the point. Anyway, this was, I don't know, this.
It felt like a real, just like. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against Canada. I know all the stuff.
Canada's great.
I know all the stuff
prefer
going.
to live in Canada.
I know all the stuff going on right now, but I'm going to tell you this. This was catered to Canada.
Yeah. Then I didn't have a problem with it. It just felt very random. Yeah. But you know what? I didn't have a problem with the match. You know what I had a problem with? The fact that Alicia Edwards, whatever her name is, beat up a honey badger. Look, I know he's just a guy in a suit. But one thing you need to understand about honey badgers is they don't give a fuck. They don't care if you're a lion, a hyena, a hippo, God himself. They will whoop your ass. Or at least they will attempt to. And even if you almost kill them, they will get back up and they will still attempt to whoop your ass. So the fact that she was able to beat a honey... I know it's a single guy in the suit. But I took personal offense to this. Because I love honey badgers. I wanted to see that honey badger mascot maul her. Anyway, the match was alright. It was, like I said, an impromptu, kind of random, but it was alright. It wasn't anything spectacular. I think the Northern Armory ends up winning, if I remember correctly. Do they? I don't know.
Yeah. Or Young pinned.
Yeah,
pile driver to Moose.
Yeah.
Pile driver to Moose to score the victory.
Yeah, this one is real weird.
Yeah, anyway. It's weird, but it's the best one I could find. Anyway,
It's do or die for Spitfire. If they do not capture the Knockout World Tag Team titles from Ash and Heather by Elegance, they will disband their tag team.
Again, this was great until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because
the Concierge.
Again, why do we have to have every match the heels cheating?
Well, because that's what.
Oh, no, I mean every match.
Because that's what heels do.
But like every match, like you even said it. I want a clean match.
Well, to be fair, this was a no DQ, so there's no such thing as a clean no DQ match.
I understand that, but just all the crap that happened was just.
I agree, but also, if I am Spitfire, I'm going into this match knowing the Concierge is going to get involved. So what's the first thing I do? I grab a steel chair, I wrap it around his spindly little neck, and I slam him on the announce table, through a table, on the steel. I don't know, something. He's gone. He's out on a stretcher. He's no longer involved.
But you know what the sad thing about this is? Is that this was going really, really good. And it could have gone either way.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple times.
Oh, absolutely.
But then you have...
Oh, right, I forget actually. The Concierge isn't the one that gets involved.
No.
It's Maggie Lee that gets involved. Ash puts Luna through a table. Ash connects with Rari Feet. Well, how the fuck? Rarfed Air on Threat? I have no idea how that's said.
Let me see. Where are you at? Ash retain...
No. Ash connects with Rarfed Air on Threat to win the match and retain their titles. Spitfire must now disband. But
what? Maggie Lee gets involved.
Yes.
And gets involved
on Ash and Heather's behalf.
And
Ash puts Luna through a table, and then Ash connects with
Ratified Air.
Ratified Air?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that's meant to be?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's just an autocorrect. I was like, what word is that? Anyway. But once again, maybe this is just me. Spitfire knows Maggie is a part of Ash by Elegance.
Which, apparently on TNA, because it's already been... I've tried to keep as much of spoilers away from myself as I can. But, because they actually tape, 2 or 3 days over the course of, a weekend.
Oh, like multiple weeks worth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Maggie Lee is accepted by Elegance, we already know.
Yeah.
But she's going to be M. That's her name.
M?
M by Elegance.
That's terrible.
Just the letter M by Elegance. It's Heather and Ash by Elegance. It's M by Elegance.
Oh my.
What? Does that make sense to anybody else? Is this me that's confused by that?
I guess Maggie's not a by Elegant name.
I think they're just a little dumb, but that's beside the point.
Well, come on now. They're real blonde, so come on now.
Anyway,
And then we have a little, Xia Brookside kind of talking about what happened.
Whatever happens next is on Rosemary, which, once again, Rosemary won. She got exactly what she wanted. And whatever chaos happens as a result of Xia Brookside, Rosemary's going to be in the back having a giggle about it. But after Ace Austin was taken out of action at the hands of Mustafa Ali, the Rascals and Indy Hartwell must find another partner for the Battle Order 4 tonight. They announced they are willing to compete in this match at a numbers disadvantage when Ali's former ally,
Rajin Singh,
Rajee Singh makes his shocking return in his hometown of Brampton. Singh brings the fight to Ali and this match is underway. And this was a pretty good back and forth, like, what, Fatal 4-Way? Or, no, not Fatal 4-Way.
It was weird.
It was weird. Though I feel like the weirdest part was when they were all, like, locked up in the middle of the ring, trying to suplex one another, and then the two girls climb up on top and start beating each other.
Yeah,
that was interesting, boy.
There so many things were just really weird. Like,
hey.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was just a little
wicked,
strange.
But hey,
still
but
better.
Then Ali is irritating to me.
Still better than anything we got at Saturday night. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
But
Saturday night ain't nothing really to mention.
We get Ali grabbing a baseball bat. Or no, baseball slide, I'm sorry. Ali takes a baseball bat. Or, why do I keep saying bat? I know it's not bat. Ali does a baseball slide into Hartwell.
The great hands hit the favor on Singh, followed by the 450 from Ali to win. Then after the match, he takes Singh and is like strangling him with the apron, I guess is what he was meant to be doing. And
he pushes Tasha Steele.
Yeah, because she's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Stop that!" And he like shoves her to the ground.
And she legit just looks like confused. And she's like, doesn't want to follow, but she does.
Yeah, and then the other two, like the one guy, one of the great hands, I guess, is like still like, "Yeah, go for it, Ali. You're great and awesome." Like, what are you smoking? What are you smoking, buddy? Because you need to stop. It's obviously crumbling up whatever few brain cells you had left in that tiny little skull of yours. Anyway. Yeah.
But then we have Santino Marella backstage, and he's like talking to Ariana Grace, and he's like, you got this.
Yeah, she's dangerous. But we've been training, the boxing, the Muay Thai, the Jiu-Jitsu, whatever it is.
Something like that.
And then we got our TNA injury report. Excuse me.
And then we get to...
well, first, before we get to the match, Steve Macklin sends a message to his next challenger this Tuesday on Impact, Matt Cardona. And then NXT's Ariana Grace makes her TNA in-ring debut as she steps up to Tessa Blanchard.
And this... Oh, I hated this match so much.
But before the match begins, NXT's Robert Stone bans Director of Authority Santino Marella from ringside because he doesn't have a manager's license. And you know what I want to know? How many times? How many fucking times have we had people out there just chilling? Just out there to be there. Friends, the competitors. And they don't
why this was.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm saying.
But you know what the good thing is, and I think, I don't remember which one of us caught it. I want to say it was Knight Rider that caught it. Stone wasn't down there either. Which was a bonus.
Yes, he wasn't down there. I was expecting him to be down there and get involved. But, this match was okay. It wasn't anything special. I feel like there's not much to write home about. Tessa ends up with the win with the buzzsaw, followed by the Magnum. So she defeats Ariana Grace in her debut. But the match itself was it was okay.
But after the match, Santino Marella comes down and his daughter, and then Robert Stone has security remove them from ringside. Like, you're cluttering up the ring. Like, I've got matches to go. Let's get out of the way. And has security come down and basically push them out of the ring.
Yeah, like, what the... Why? You're just... I know that's his entire job is to be an asshole, but you're just being an asshole. Like, there was literally zero reason to do that. Especially since he gets up in the ring afterwards and just starts fucking yapping his jap. Anyway. The Knockouts World Championship is on the line as Masha Slamovich defends against Victoria Crawford. And this is such hypocritical bullshit on the part of Robert Stone. It's not even fucking funny. Because he is literally down there. I'm willing to bet you he does not have a manager's license either.
Well, they even brought that up. And I forget his name. Like I said, I know him as Aiden English.
But he's down there. He's regularly getting involved in the match. He literally... The referee gets knocked out by Slamovich. And then Robert Stone slides the title into the ring and tells... What's her fucking name? Victoria Crawford to use it. To hit her with it. And if I remember correctly, she does. Like, she hits Masha with it. Or, like, she hits her with... Yeah, with a package pile driver, bounces back to the snowplow, but there's nowhere for her to make the count. I thought, didn't she get hit with the title?
Yeah, I believe she did.
It's just not in here. But yeah, Slamovich, thank God, still managed to retain, even with Robert Stone's absolute bullshittery.
But after the match, Slamovich says that she wants to give a Knockouts world title opportunity to someone who is a warrior, like Li Yang Lee. Stone comes, and he's like, no. I make the decisions here.
Yeah. And she can do this on Thursday on Impact. So at least we get that on Thursday. I guess that's the singular good decision he's made since he's been here.
And then they talk about the match coming up at Battleground.
Yep.
Then they do the homage to Sabu, which I don't know why we're still doing homage. Nothing against Sabu.
But it was been, what, 2-3 weeks?
It's been a while.
Like, we did this. Didn't they do one
I
already?
think so, yeah.
So it felt just... is he from Canada? That maybe why?
I don't know.
I'm curious. That might be why. I'm curious. He was in TNA primarily, correct? Mm-hmm. Or no, WWE?
He was more independent in NXT or
okay. Oh, never mind. He's from Staten Island, New York, apparently. So yeah, I have no idea why this was thrown in there. Anyway, I was just curious because I was like, maybe it's because he's from Canada, but no, he's from Staten Island.
Then we had the tag team title match.
Yeah.
And
this was really good. Like, this was a really good tag team match. I thought so anyway. Not quite as good as the title match between Fraxium and the Street Profits, but like, it was pretty up there. It was a really good back and forth, high flying.
But again, like we said, another cheat.
Did they?
No.
Did
they? They were. Maybe they didn't, but...
Oh, Ryan pulls the referee out of the ring.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I guess that is cheating.
I mean, it was so much. I mean, the Nemesis retain, yeah. But it just felt very, very, very bleh to me.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess... Because when I think of the Hardys winning a title, I want it to be Jeff and Matt. Not Leon Slater and Matt Hardy. I guess, I don't know. But,
I thought it was a good match.
And then we get a little promo thing backstage. Santino wants a match against Robert Stone, and Ariana Grace is like, no. I want I want Victoria Grace, or Victoria
Blanchard.
Yeah, it's Tessa Blanchard. I want Tessa Blanchard. And she's like, we team up and we fight them together.
And Santino's like, a tag team match with my baby girl? And he's like tearing up and whatever. It was great.
And he's like,
I'm going to make it happen.
I'm going to make it happen. I think it's time to release the Cobra.
Yeah. So I think that'll be a really interesting fight.
The Cobra.
And then 2 nights before their historic TNA World Championship match at Battleground, Joe Hendry and Trick Williams square off
against Elijah.
Yeah, against Joe Hendry unites with Elijah while Trick teams with Frankie Kazarian.
And this was good.
It was good, but a shit show at the same time. On the behalf of Trick Williams and Frankie Kazarian, yeah.
Can't be bothered to remember his name.
No. He's just a douchebag. He's another douchebag to add to the collection, just like Trick. But yeah, this is a pretty good back and forth, but you can tell from the get-go, Frankie and Trick are not getting along. Meanwhile, Elijah and Joe Hendry are tagging in and out, doing their moves together. They're
yeah, because Trick and Frankie Kazarian
keep tagging each other in because they both want. Yeah, they both want to go against Hendry because the spotlight. I guess I don't know. But yeah, I mean, obviously Joe Hendry and Elijah end up winning, which, like I said, seals his fate.
Well, he sealed his fate on NXT.
No, I'm going to disagree. I think this sealed his fate. Because that was just... Because Trick Williams wasn't fighting him. He was just out of ringside. This, I think, sealed his fate. Which we'll get to.
But then we get to Saturday night's main event. And, again, guys, I know we're running through this. Took 32 minutes. Probably going to take another half hour to run through this. But probably
still... Half hour? I'd say maybe 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes at best. Because this nothing happened.
Yeah.
Two things happened. 2 things. That's it.
2?
Yes.
I know 1.
At the beginning and at the end. What happened at the very end? Or not at the very end. Because the very end was... Yeah. No, it wasn't the very end. Who came back? 2 people came back last night.
Okay. You mean Saturday?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Let's
anyway.
We got CM Punk, Sami Zayn.
Versus Seth Rollins.
Oh, that's right. You're right, okay.
And Braun Breaker with...
clicked into my brain.
Yeah, I know. It takes a while. The gears, it's like a train, you know. It takes a while to get to steam. It's okay, I get it. That's me every single morning. Anyway, this match, this match wasn't even good.
Exactly.
Like, the actual match itself was just,
crap show.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. It was like, it was just mid. It was a C tier at best. But then, of course,
but
do we actually even get an ending to the match? I forget.
I do not believe because of what happens.
Let's see. Yeah, this one has like every single move that happened.
Well, this is different.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, basically what happens is, the match is going back and forth. I mean, it's okay. It's just they're all doing their moves. They're all doing their thing. But, well, excuse me.
There ain't one.
Trying to think of where we're at.
Oh, so no, we do get a winner.
Yeah, we get a clear-cut winner.
Yeah.
Because it happens outside the start.
Oh, that's right, because Bronson Reed levels Punk with the running body avalanche through the ringside barricade.
And that happened outside, so
yeah, the ref didn't see it.
Yeah, so they let that go.
Breaker connects with the spear on Sami Zayn to pick up the victory. And then after the match, Rollins, because, he gets into the ring, and Breaker's ready to go. He's standing 10 toes down, ready to beat this man's ass. And Seth's like, come here, buddy. And they hug it out.
And Breaker, you could just see Breaker kind of had that.
Yeah, like, wait, what? He doesn't say anything, but you can see the look on his face, like that twitch he always does in the match, like the crazy in his eyes. But Rita's joined force with Rollins, Breaker, and Heyman, and Punk. I'm sorry, Punk, you're a fucking idiot. You are an absolute dipshit. Because he tries to go after Paul Heyman, and he gets hit with a senton splash, and then a tsunami from Bronson Reed. I was gonna say Reed Richards for a second. I'm like, wait, that's not right.
Wrong one.
Yeah, not even close. But yeah, once again though, here's my question to you. What is Braun Breaker's point?
I know we had this discussion.
Braun Breaker's whole point was
the muscle,
and now you just have a bigger muscle. So what purpose does Braun Breaker serve in this? Because I know this is maybe not a fair comparison, but in the Shield, for example, Seth Rollins, he was the architect, he was the planner. Roman Reigns, he was the big guy. He was the powerhouse. He was the muscle. Dean Ambrose was the crazy wild card that you could never predict. And I guess maybe that's
Breaker.
Maybe that's Breaker, considering he's the unpredictable badass. But I don't know. It feels... I don't know.
If anybody else has any idea, let us know.
Yeah, but it just feels like... Bleh. Names are difficult. Bronson Reed has just taken Braun Breaker's place.
Yep. Exactly. That's
so
what I'm screaming, Demon.
They're both Braun, so it's fucking with my brain.
Yep, exactly.
Braun Breaker. What does he serve? What purpose does he serve now on this whole thing? If you have any ideas, let me know, because I have no clue what he's meant to do now.
But then we get Chelsea Green backstage.
Yeah. She has an interview with Kathy Kelly, and Chelsea says that she has risen from the ashes. She was in the morning, but now it's night. After the votes were cast in, and she defeats Zelina Vega, Chelsea will enter her second term as the first ever, second longest reigning WWE Women's United States Champion in history. And then she thanks Kathy for her service. I don't know.
Chelsea is beautiful.
She is, but she's a train wreck. A beautiful train wreck.
Like I said, I think she's great at playing this
Exactly.
She's great at playing this heel character.
Yes.
This entitled heel character.
Mm-hmm. Chelsea Green is just
but this
all out there.
Once again, this match was...
Again.
Like, I didn't really care about this match to begin with, and the match itself didn't make me care about this match either. It was okay, but that's it. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was okay.
Mediocre.
But Zelina...
But here's the part I think we need to get to before we go over any of this. I want to bring this point up. Zelina botched. Okay. And we do have it on Discord. We'll bring it up in a little bit rather than trying to pull it up. But she missed hitting the 619.
Yep.
And she broke
Chelsea's nose, supposedly. I mean, it looked like...
yeah, she broke her nose. And I know a lot of people online were like, oh, Zelina's awful, she botched, she broke her nose. I'm like, but here's the thing, first of all...
Everybody has a fuck up every now and then.
Yeah, first of all,
Pardon
before
my
you
language.
go saying anything, these things happen. They just do. That is a part of the job. If you go into this business, if you want to become a professional wrestler,
like you,
yes, and you expect to go in there and do everything absolutely perfectly 100% of the time, you're going to fail every single time.
Yep.
Because nobody is perfect. We are human.
Nope.
You can practice this move 1,000,002 times. You will still fuck it up eventually.
Yep, exactly.
In fact, it's the moves that you practice the most often that you're most likely to fuck up because you're doing them the most.
Yep.
But
and the thing is, when they become fluid motions, you don't get it. And it was more or less, she didn't swing, her legs caught when she came back around and hit the rope rather than following through with like she's supposed to. And she
like kneed her in the face. Yeah. And once again, these things happen. We are human. We make mistakes. You are going to get hurt. You know.
Yep.
Especially if you're doing this for a long time. I don't know how long has Chelsea been doing this. And also, here's the thing: a broken nose is not that bad. It is. If I go into wrestling, and the worst injury I ever suffer is a broken nose, you are the luckiest motherfucker on this planet.
Oh, Chelsea's had more.
I know, but you get the point I'm making. Like, a broken nose is not that big of a deal. It might bleed. It might, be a bit sore for a few weeks. You might have to have a bandage or something. But you can still
reset.
Yeah, you can still get in the ring. You can still wrestle. You can still do your job. You get the point I'm making.
Yeah.
It's not what happened to Zelina Vega. No.
Zoe Stark.
Zoe Stark's names are difficult. It's Zoe Stark tore her kneecap apart. That she's gonna be out for the rest of the year. Chelsea Green might be gone for a few weeks, a month at most, probably. So to all the people out there that are giving Zelina Vega a hard time, shut up. It happens. Move on. Anyway.
Exactly.
Shut up.
Quit being like Drew McIntyre and crying.
Yeah, stop being Mac and Cryer. I don't know. Anyway.
But your little buddy wants out.
Zelina Vega beats Chelsea. She's still the champion.
Thank goodness.
And then we see Jimmy Hart and Bushwhacker Luke in the house tonight. Mm-hmm. Or Saturday night, whatever.
And we get an announcement that Chad Gable will battle El
Hidro del Vikingo
at WWE Worlds Collide, which I know it's for the purposes of, bringing the brand up, making it more recognizable, but it feels disrespectful. Maybe it's just me, but Chad Gable is not a luchador. And I understand that there's a lot of non-luchadors going into this event for the sake of...
But I think for the purpose of it, here's the thing. Chad Gable is very technical.
Yes.
He does do a lot of high flying. And I'm not even talking as El Grande Americano.
Does he do high flying stuff? I feel like I've never seen him on the top rope.
More so than what he does is Gable, but yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I'm saying I feel like I've never seen Chad Gable go to the top rope, and even as El Grande, he has one move from the top rope, and that's his headbutt.
Yep, exactly.
And once again, I know it's all for the sake of story, for building up the company, for putting them into the what's the word I'm looking for? Limelight.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know. You have actual.
Come on now.
I don't know. Well, I have nothing against Chad Gable. He's a phenomenal wrestler. It just feels
pushed,
strange, but also it makes sense considering his whole feud with luchadors. I don't know.
I think that's more of where they're going with it.
I think so. I'm just mixed on it, but he's in his ass good.
Yep. Chad Gable's gonna get his butt handed to him.
I know what you're talking about. Before we get to that, the next Saturday night main event will take place in Atlanta, Georgia. Plus, WWE Evolution 2 will take place on July 13th.
Yeah.
And then we get to what should have been so much better.
It should have been, but I love at least the intro.
The intro was great. Everything else was ass.
Because you had R-Truth graphics with John Cena's entrance.
Yes.
Yep, that was awesome.
So John Cena comes out first with his normal entrance that he's always done.
The black screen now with just John Cena.
And then R-Truth comes out with John Cena's original entrance, except instead of John Cena, it's Ron Cena, like duct taped over it with his face on there.
Which we have pictures of on Discord.
You know, I'm going to pull it up right now so you guys can get a better look at what we're talking about here. Where is it? Here's a picture.
This is how Truth walked out.
This is Ron Cena right here. And this is official merchandise. You can go on the store and buy this. And I'm going to.
Oh, I want one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Granted, they're probably like $50 a shirt, but you know what?
I want one too. Just for the simple fact that it's an R-Truth
It's our
shirt,
truth.
and he should be nominated.
He's just pure awesome.
Absolutely.
R-Truth, you rock.
He should be...
He should be in the Hall of Fame already.
Yeah, he should be.
If he doesn't end up in the Hall of Fame, I'm right.
You're right.
Yep, I'm going to riot too, damn it.
But anyway, Truth comes out with the old school John Cena look.
Yeah, and he's doing Cena's
He's
moves.
doing all John Cena's moves.
The 5-knuckle shuffle, the shoulder tackles,
the AA,
the AAs. He even
the
put the STFU.
Yeah, STFU. That's what I was trying to think of. He's doing all of it, like all John Cena's moves. It was so hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But
of course, John Cena is a bitch, so he comes in with the referee gets knocked out. How does it happen? Cena grabs the bottom rope to force the break. Then he drives Truth face first into the ring post. He rolls Truth back into the ring. Then he grabs the WWE Championship, and he's like teasing Truth with the title because he goes up to hit him, and then he stops because R-Truth is just looking at him like,
oh God,
what are you doing, man? You're better than this. And Cena's like, and he has that momentary hesitation. He's like, you're right. He hands the title to the referee. He goes to put it back down, and then he kicks R-Truth in the nuts, hits him with the AA, and
wins the game.
Wins, and then after he hits him with a running belt shot, just because he's a bitch.
And then Cena starts,
doing
his normal shit.
Once again, like, they should have been so much better.
Yeah, it should have been.
But then Jey Uso runs.
Yeah, he runs into Cena in the backstage area, and Cena's like, the last time Jey saw John, he threw him over the top rope to win the Royal Rumble. Cena says that's very funny. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next time he sees Jey. There's something special about Jey coming from one of the most prestigious families in professional wrestling history. It'd be a real shame if he lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Logan Paul. Wouldn't it be something if when Cena's clock strikes 0, he takes the WWE title home with him, and the World Heavyweight Championship is around the waist of a YouTuber? It sounds like that would ruin wrestling. Gosh, that's a lot of pressure for Jey. Cena wishes Jey good luck. He'll be watching the match very closely.
Yeah. John Cena, you just need to
I
a hole
said
somewhere.
This. I said this. When this, and he's going to get involved in this. I don't know how yet, but he's going to do something.
Oh, absolutely.
And he does.
And then we have the 4th match of the night, Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in a steel cage match. And once again, just like the street fight.
But everybody's complaining about the ending online.
I don't even really care about the ending. I just think the match itself was
It was
just
classic
like, once again, just like the street fight. Just like their entire rivalry. It's just I don't care. And maybe that's just me. Maybe a lot of people did care. Maybe a lot of people were really invested in this, but I couldn't care less. Nothing about their rivalry has interested me because it's literally just been Drew McIntyre crying like a whiny little bitch.
That he is.
And then they beat each other up.
Yep.
Their last farewell before this fight was literally just them punching each other.
Yep, exactly.
There was no promos, there was no build up, it was just, oh, we don't like each other, so we're gonna hit each other. But the match ends with Priest, he kicks McIntyre in the face, and then
before the match even started, he had thrown 2 chairs in the ring.
Yeah.
So we started off with 2 chairs in the ring, which they were fighting over through most of the match.
Yeah. But Priest hits the South of Heaven choke slam, and then he gets McIntyre into the position for the...
Well, he hits him at the South of Heaven on the chairs.
Yeah.
On one of the chairs.
And then he gets in the position for the concerto. He delivers it, and then he walks out of the cage door to pick up the victory. But after the match, McIntyre's obviously like hurt and wobbly, but he refuses to be taken out on a stretcher. He walks out himself. And
this was simply a way to write him off.
Yes, because he is dealing with multiple actual injuries right now. So
which we do have on Discord.
So he needs to take a time off to heal and then come back bigger and better than ever. I really hope when he comes back, he's done with this pity party bullshit. Because I want to like McIntyre. I want to cheer for McIntyre. He is amazing in that ring.
He's not crying.
He is big. He is powerful. He is fast. He is athletic. He has all the makings of a world champion, and yet all he does is cry.
Yep. And say people screwed him out of stuff.
So I genuinely hope when he comes back, he doesn't even have to be a baby face. I don't think he would be good as a baby face. But just not a whiny bitch.
Exactly.
Come back like Sheamus. Like Sheamus is a face, technically, but he's not a baby face. You know, he just wants to come out there, he wants to fight people, he wants to beat people up, and it's that simple. That's what I want. That's the Drew McIntyre I want to see. And I know I might never see this. People don't give a shit. But I think that's the best version of Drew McIntyre.
Yep. That's what I would like to see.
He's not blaming people. He's not out there trying to win the fans over. He's out there, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to fight you, I'm going to hurt you, and I'm going to take your title because I can.
Yep.
Here's my thing with this. Drew McIntyre was a face for a while. And he's good at it. I don't like this whiny.
Yeah.
Me either.
And you're right. Drew is good. Like, he is legit good at what he does.
He's great in that ring, like I said. Strong.
And he's good at getting the crowd to back him.
Yep, he is.
The thing is, I don't like this...
Drew McIntyre.
Okay,
I'm
gonna say this, and I don't know how else to put it. But this entitled, and I don't even know if it's entitled, but it's whiny, but yet it's blaming everybody.
No. I'm gonna put it in the best way possible. Just how Damian Priest said it. He wants to play the victim.
Yeah.
And guess what, buddy? You played the role perfectly because you became a victim.
I mean, it was CM Punk, and now it's Priest. I mean, it's like, come on.
Like, stop complaining about how other people screwed you.
And again, I want to go back.
On about your day.
We've gone through this several times. The whole thing with Punk. He literally sat on the announce table and insulted Punk for like 5 minutes. And then when Punk got up and hit him, Damian Priest has Money in the Bank.
Yeah. So he's obviously going to come out and cash in Money in the Bank to take the title, because guess what?
Punk retaliates. Priest, or I think Punk even put him in the ring. If I remember right,
I think he just slammed him on the table, but I could be wrong. I wasn't there watching it.
But I do believe that Punk let him go, and I do believe Priest slid him in.
Like he came in, I think he hit him with the briefcase.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't there. I just remember seeing the replays. But even still.
But what I'm saying is, Drew did that to Drew.
Yes.
Drew could have walked out and not said a damn word to Punk, and he'd have been champion.
And here's the thing: even if CM Punk did screw him, even if Damian Priest did screw him, it was all malicious. They were purposefully trying to screw Drew McIntyre over. What does getting revenge on them accomplish for you? It doesn't get you closer.
Whoa, hold on. Are you on Batman here?
What?
He always talks about not getting revenge.
No, Batman's a fucking idiot. That's not what I'm talking about. Because this is business.
But you understand what I'm saying.
My point is, it doesn't get you closer to a title. It doesn't get you making bigger paychecks. Like Booker, Corey always say, this company is about checks and championships. Going and fighting CM Punk for the 1,000th time doesn't get you a bigger paycheck. It doesn't get you closer to a championship. Going and whining and complaining about Damian Priest doesn't get you a bigger paycheck. It doesn't get you closer to a championship. They didn't screw you in the first place, but even if they did, there's no point in going and clawing after something that's not there.
Exactly.
So like I said, when Drew comes back, and hopefully it's soon, but also I know he's dealing with a lot, so it could be 3-6 months, however long. Take however long you need off, Drew. But when you come back, I hope it's a better version of yourself.
Not
because I want to like McIntyre, because like I said, he is so good in that ring.
Mm-hmm.
I want to cheer for him. So I hope that when he does come back, it's for the better. But moving on to
the final match for Saturday night, we have Jey Uso versus Logan Paul
for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and once again,
Logan is just a douchebag.
I don't even care. I care about that, but I don't like the once again, the match itself is just,
Yep.
Like I said, I wasn't invested in it. If I'm completely honest with this whole rivalry, it was literally made up. I know it's all made up, but it was made up because, douchebag YouTubers trying to take the world title, so you should be angry at him. There was no. This wasn't like Gunther versus Jay, where Gunther was underestimating him, where he was purposely going out. There was hatred. There was, attacks between them. This was just, you shouldn't like this guy, so go and watch, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what this was meant to be. It felt like nothing, and at the end of the day, it was nothing.
Yep.
So, because the match itself, there was no emotion. I couldn't care less. Obviously, if he won, I would have been mad, but at the same time, it was a nothing burger to me. And it was even more of a nothing burger because halfway through the goddamn match, John Cena's punk ass comes out there. He attacks, because I believe, once again, the referee gets knocked out.
He rips the referee out of the ring. Oh. Jay connects with the Uso splash for a 2 count as John Cena rips the ref out of the ring. Then John Cena starts hitting Uso. Because the referee's out all the way in the last paragraph.
Yeah, John Cena rips the referee out of the ring, and then he goes in and he starts beating the shit out of Jay. He's just like stomping on his chest over and over again. And then Cody Rhodes storms out to the ring to make the save. He's throwing haymakers at Cena. He hits him with a drop down uppercut, and then he plants Cena with the crossroads. Paul grabs his brass knuckles, but Rhodes manages to avoid it. And then Jay spears Paul, and then he plants with the Uso splash. Cody tosses the referee back in the ring. Jay retains the title. And then after the match, Rhodes grabs the microphone, says it's a shame that John Cena's retirement tour ran through Rhodes country. Rhodes proceeds to challenge Cena and Paul to a tag team match at Money in the Bank.
Well, hold on. That's not exactly how he says this. He's like John Cena, you and Paul. How's he word those two? I forget how exactly he says those two. But he's like, you two nothings or whatever. Mm-hmm. I want a match against you and my brother.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we're getting that at Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. We knew he was going to be there for Money in the Bank. But...
once again, maybe it's just me, but I don't care. I don't know. It just feels like nothing. Like Logan is literally just here for people to hate on. Like he's done nothing to, I know he's done nothing to deserve any of this, but like he's done nothing to deserve it. He hasn't done anything to, I hate him because of who he is, not because of, I don't know, it feels cheap.
He's a genuine douchebag. Like,
yes.
Whether the stuff he has said and done are true or false.
Like this isn't even.
I'm gonna throw this out there as the best way I can put it, for me anyway. Whether what he has done is true, what he has done is false, doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Every time this guy shows up, to me, he has this. I'm cool because I'm me.
Yeah.
You're not because you're not me.
Yeah.
Attitude. And I freaking hate it. And I'm not even going to say it's an entitled attitude because I feel like that's not even an entitled attitude. That's just
egotistical maniac. Yeah.
Yeah. Arrogant prick.
Once again, I don't care. And I know maybe that's just me, but like it just seems. It seems like it's thrown in there simply for the sake of being thrown in there to sell tickets. And I know that's the entire point of this industry. Without selling tickets, they don't make money, blah, 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 blah. But...
Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna throw this out here, and we've said it quite a few times.
You want to throw the ball out here? Okay, let's do it.
You've said it quite a few times, and we've brought it up multiple times since. Will you buy tickets to see Logan Paul get punched in the face?
Hell yes.
No. And genuinely, I don't care about him.
But I understand what I'm saying.
I get it.
Like, not necessarily you, but just like in general. Logan Paul, I feel like there's no, and he's okay. I feel like there is no middle road for Logan.
Exactly.
I agree, but
I think you either are 5 years old and love Logan Paul, or you're an adult and you hate Logan Paul.
Bingo!
I don't feel like there's a middle road.
There's not.
I just feel like he's been, and once again, I know it's, it's story, it's business, but he's just thrown in here. I just don't care about it.
Again, I'm going to throw this out there, and I've said it before. And like I said, I don't remember now who I said it. I think I put it on the Discord. But in say 3-4 years, Logan Paul versus Mr. Beast for the WWE title.
No.
You get where I'm going with that.
Yeah, but no.
How commercialized are we going to make this? Because whether Logan Paul is or is not a wrestler, a boxer, a fighter of any kind does not matter. At the end of the day, he is a YouTuber. And I'm not trying to say that you can't transition. But he makes 90% of his money from YouTube.
Yep, exactly.
I don't know about that. I feel like they pay a pretty...
But
I get it.
That's not the point I'm trying... The point I'm trying to make is he is still doing YouTube stuff while he is doing WWE stuff.
Yeah,
Yep, exactly.
And he's still making money because he's still got 5-year-olds that think he's great.
Yep, exactly.
Thing is, he has a lot of adults that think he's great too.
Okay, so
there's a
5-year-olds.
There's a reason he managed to scam people out of like $200 million.
Again, 5-year-olds.
Exactly.
Whether you're 5 years old age or 5 years old brain cell, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Let's just move on.
You understand what I'm trying to do.
I'm so tired of talking about him.
But anyway,
let's move on to the actual good part of the weekend.
Again, I'm not bringing up anything of what we talked about since. But again, all three of us said this. I think we might have even said it Friday. When we did our...
Battleground's about it. It's not...
Or I think we...
Yes,
or whatever
Battleground was awesome as hell.
I think we said it. The best one of the weekend is going to be Battleground.
Yep.
And it was.
And it 100% it was. Every match...
I will give TNA credit. It was pretty
better
good.
Than Saturday night.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's not dwell on the past. I mean, that's technically what we're doing. Let's go on to the good part of the past.
Okay. So we get to the NXT North American Women's Championship. Sol Ruca
versus Kalani Jordan.
This was good.
This was so good.
Oh yes.
I know this is sort of like halfway through the match, but what I loved about this is this, great back and forth. They're both hitting the moves on each other. Pinfalls, submissions, kickouts, like 2.999999 this close. And at one point, where is it? Where is it?
Trying to...
Ah, yes. Jordan managed to line up Ruka for the split-legged moonsault, but Zarya pulls her out of harm's way. But the referee sees it, and he's like, no, get out. And at that point, I think almost all of us were expecting, oh, fuck.
Excuse me.
She's going to lose this, because she's going to be, worried about Zarya, blah, 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 blah. Or Zarya's going to come back in, or something's going to happen. But it doesn't.
No.
Now alone, she digs deep. She managed to hit her with a super soul snatcher from the top rope to win the match and retain her title.
Which again, like I'm gonna say, these two put on a hell of a show.
Oh, absolutely.
And to see Soul be able to do it without Zarya,
yeah, exactly.
Made Soul look better.
Absolutely.
And now so awesome. I still see it coming down the line. But yet, I don't want it to.
I don't either.
Exactly, I don't either.
I want them to come and go and take... Actually, I keep forgetting. There's only one women's tag team titles in all of WWE.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. I feel like we at least need one for NXT. Then again...
Because there's not many women
tag team, I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Who do we have down in NXT? We have Sol and Zarya. Is that it? Is that the only women's tag team?
Well, you got Fatal Influence, if you want to call them what they got rid of a lot of...
Yeah, they got rid of a lot of the women's tag team.
Because they got rid of Metaphor.
Yeah.
The Metaphor Girls, which was Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend.
Yeah.
Because they got rid of Jakara.
Yeah.
They got rid of Chemical X, is kind of what their unofficial name was, which was Gigi Dolan and Shotzi with Tatum Paxley.
Yep.
So I guess there is only need for one.
There really hasn't been a lot. I don't think... As much as I think they need one, I don't think that...
You're right. There's just not a lot of women's tag teams, I guess.
But exactly. I feel like if they're going to do it, the tag team...
I feel like if there's only one, then they need to be on the line.
Yeah.
way more than what they are on NXT.
Yes.
Yep.
On
Exactly.
NXT, especially since there's only one. Liv and Raquel need to step. You go to SmackDown, you defend it. You go to NXT, you defend it.
Go to Raw,
you defend it.
Yeah.
Rather than maybe once or twice, like every 1 or 2 months you can defend it if you feel like it.
Yeah. But then we get the tag team match. I'm gonna let you
between Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs versus the Calling 6-man tag team match, and
I'm gonna say this.
Some big belly boys.
The end was
Beautiful.
beautiful.
Absolutely.
And I hope that we get answers tomorrow, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. Because, like I said, this is a great back and forth. Out of the gate, you can tell Josh Briggs isn't all on his game. He's still up in his head with everything that Sean Spears said about him, about Inamura, about his tag team partners.
Yeah.
So, he's kind of sloppy. He lets himself get, picked off, taken to the corner, beaten up. But he manages to fight his way out, get Hank and Tank going in there. They start rolling. But, the Cullen is a well-oiled machine. So they're getting their licks in. They're taking them down. But it doesn't matter because my boys Hank and Tank just built different like that.
They are.
And
what do they call it? Hold on. Did they have it in here?
Izzy Dame.
Yeah, she gets involved.
Yeah, she tries to get involved with a steel chair, but it doesn't work out too well because your boy Inamura shows back up.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that's how he showed up because she goes to grab the chair and all you see is his hand.
Yeah, and she's like, "What the hell?" And she turns back and he's just standing there with a big shit-eating grin on his face. It was to no avail as Hank and Tank seized up Jensen for their signature offense, which I think they call it the belly bomb? I feel like it has a different name. But it might as well be a belly bomb because it's just two big belly boys running at you full speed and going boom right in the middle of that ring. At that point, you're basically just a pancake. You're just a pancake after that. I don't care who you are, you're done. Obafemi, Brock Lesnar, I don't care who, you're done. You're done. That's like 500 pounds a man squishing you on either side. You done. But
they win, and that's when...
Yeah, so the Culling, they attack the winners, but Inamura comes back and evens the odds with the steel chair, and the crowd's going crazy. All four of them in the middle of the ring, raising each other's hands.
And that's why I said, I hope tomorrow night on NXT...
We get told that he signed a contract with NXT.
He's no longer in Noah.
Awesome.
He no longer has to go back to Japan. He is now officially NXT, and he can help him get the tag titles.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
But...
Which I don't want them to go up against Hank and Tank and take the titles, but I want to see that match.
If Hank and Tank lose, they go up.
I agree. I think they need to go up. We need more tag teams.
Especially after the performance they put on. Not just against Fraxium, but against...
The whole entire...
The entire locker room, yeah, pretty much. The gauntlet they ran, their match against Fraxium... Because they're the only tag team to have beaten Fraxium...
For a while, yeah.
I think
quite a while.
The year started.
Yeah.
They are the only ones to have beaten them. So, my boys, Hank and Tank, need to move up.
Yes.
Because just like Fraxium, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, if they go up, they have to go to Raw, first of all. Because if they go to SmackDown, it's just going to be a constant revolving door of Hank and Tank and Fraxium at the top, while everyone else gets bitch slapped down to the bottom.
Do we see how Tafari thinks of his boys?
Well, I'm saying
all four of them.
Yeah. Then again, the Street Profits, they might be in there too, because the Street Profits have been turned...
They are... don't get me wrong, and we said it. The Street Profits are a damn good team.
Oh, yeah.
Because, again, Montez Ford is speed. He is agility. He is great. And Angelo Dawkins is pure power.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So like I said,
when you get them together,
so like I said,
Angelo can throw them up in the air and Ford knocking them back down from the sky.
Like I said,
Yep,
Hank.
exactly.
If Hank and Tank go up, they have to go to Raw because we have what? 3 tag teams. I'm pretty sure all 3 of our tag teams on Raw right now are in a triple threat match for the titles. Pretty much,
yeah.
Because who else do you have on Raw? You have Miz and Carmelo, I guess, if you want to call them a tag team.
Is that what we're calling that?
I think that's it. Isn't it? Because you have the War Raiders, the Boudet, the Creed Brothers, Miz and Carmelo, and...
Yeah.
That's it.
I think that's where we're... Judgment Day.
Sure, if you want to say that. If that's what you want to call them.
I mean, you did it again.
Motherfucking Yach. There we go. Anyway, I think... Look, you know what? No. They do have to go to Raw now. Could you imagine a battle between the War Raiders and Hank and Tank?
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
You know what? You can throw the Creed Brothers in there too, because they're some big boys too.
I think the War Raiders be better.
I do. But a triple threat match?
I feel like the Creed Brothers, I mean, they are big.
They are big. They are...
But I don't think they some big belly boys.
They are... You know what? That's right. They got some big belly boys.
And I hate to say that about the War Raiders, but Hank and Tank, that's kind of...
Their thing. They have a big belly. They even they said it, because it was all 4 of them. It was Hank, Tank, Briggs, and Inamar all out there with their bellies just...
Going.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on. We have Stax versus Tony D'Angelo.
And this was good.
This was a fight. This wasn't just a match.
No.
This was about family.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you what.
It was a good fight.
This was so back and forth.
Oh, yeah. Because like I said, they've known each other since they were little kids. They know each other's
That's the story.
moves.
Yeah, but yeah.
Stax tries to go for his crowbar, but Tony D'Angelo is a step ahead. And at one point, what is his finisher? Oh, it doesn't say in here. But Tony D'Angelo, he's about to go for that killing blow, but he stops because he's looking at Stax, and he still sees his little brother from way back when. Tony takes it, or no, fuck, not Tony. Stax takes advantage of it, but he doesn't manage to get the win. So then the second time around, he delivers that kill shot. Because, Stax now going like, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. And he's like, you made your bed. And then he hits him with that killing blow. But before he can go for the cover, Lucia is standing outside of the ring. And Tony's just flabbergasted. Schmeckledorfed even. He's where did you... I thought you were dead. I thought he took you out to the back alley in the desert and buried you out there. And then that allows Stax to get the low blow, land his finisher, and pick up the victory.
And then after the match, Lucia crawls into the ring, and he
goes to hug him.
He goes like this, and D'Angelo's just like,
no.
And walks out.
Yeah.
And Lucia's just like, and like, no, buddy, no,
you distracted me, not Stax. So get the fuck out of my face.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to what was
probably the best match of the weekend. And again, I know we say this all the time.
Stephanie Vakir versus Jordan Grace.
And Stephanie just built different.
Yeah.
But you know what? For what it is worth,
Jordan pushed her to the limit. Stephanie even said, Jordan Grace is my toughest challenge yet. But guess what, honey? I said it, and I said it again, and I will keep saying it. You're damn good, Grace. But Stephanie's just a little bit better.
And I told you. And even then, I was so torn. I was cheering for Stephanie, and I wanted to be cheering for Jordan, but I found myself cheering for Stephanie and like, oh, get up, get up, get up, when Jordan would have her like pinned. And I was so like, and it's not that I like Jordan better. It's I've watched Jordan more.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
And I've seen her become the TNA knockout. I've seen her,
Oh yeah, like I said, Jordan is phenomenal in that ring. She will no doubt be going to the main roster very, very soon. But like I said,
I told you, this match
defined it.
was going to come down to where Stephanie and Jordan's pecking order was going to be to go to the main roster. And I still hope, with this being the outcome that we got, that you are right.
She has to relinquish her title rather than lose it.
Yes. But anyway, we just gave it away. But anyway, this match was so good.
It was so good. Back and forth. I mean,
we're talking countering each other. We're talking
yes, it was very beautiful.
3, 4, 5
We're
counter
talking
roll ups. Roll up, 2 count, counter into another roll up, 2 count, counter again, counter, back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
and
these girls had studied.
What was that one thing they did in the middle of the ring where I think one of them was trying to go for like a pile driver, but they just kept like flipping each other. Oh, you don't remember what I'm talking? I don't know what the fuck that was or what they were trying to do, but it was incredible.
These girls put on, and again, I say it all the time. Stephanie
consistently puts on the best matches.
The best.
Yes.
And I will say this again, and I know these two are going to back me up 100%.
1,000%.
If you are not watching NXT, you are missing the best WWE program, hands down.
Not
that
even
there
the best
is.
WWE, the best wrestling program, period.
Yes.
NXT has got it. You want to move a show to 3 hours?
Move it. No.
I mean, hear me out. If they can keep what they're doing, if they can keep the momentum I feel they have, that is a show that needs to go to 3 hours. Give us more.
I agree,
Give
but
us
I
more
disagree.
matches.
Because hear me out. Before the beginning of the year, SmackDown was 2 hours. And we said consistently it was doing just as good, if not better, than Raw. And now that we moved it to 3 hours, look at what's happened. We're literally going back down to 2 hours because they're having to throw in random bullshit to fill the time.
That is just a rumor, and WWE is not confirming nor denying it.
But you get the point.
Yeah.
I think...
But you hear what I'm saying.
I absolutely agree, but I think 2 hours is perfect. Because here's the problem. We have said it so many times. The promos, they are sweet, they are short, simple, and to the point.
We don't need 20-minute promos.
Yes. If you drag it out to another hour, then you just have...
But give us 3 more matches. Even 3, I'd be content.
But here's the thing. We get 5 matches in 3 hours on Raw or SmackDown. And we also have five matches on NXT, but the promos are better.
But again, like I said, if you're not watching NXT, you are missing, pardon what I said, you are missing the best wrestling show on TV.
Yes.
And granted, we might not watch AEW, but it is not for lack of wanting to. It is simply because we picked the brand and we went with it.
And you know what? Maybe AEW is great, but considering it's a sinking ship right now, I'm not
going to say it's a sinking ship. It's definitely under WWE. But what I'm trying to get at is, if we threw that into the mix, we don't have time to do a lot of stuff that we want to do now.
Yeah.
So if we threw AEW in, we would struggle. We would have
no time. We already don't have any time.
Yeah. Because this is what we want to do. We want to keep giving you our views on what we know.
Yeah.
And then to watch AEW, find the time to stream it, find the time to, even if we mixed it with WWE stuff, it would just be total chaos.
Yeah.
We would literally lose any amount of time we had. We're probably going to wind up within, hopefully not in the short, but if he does what he wants to do and does wrestling, he's gonna talk to some people.
Yeah, I'm trying
tomorrow.
to get you.
But they literally train 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Which means we're gonna have to cut streams down to like 2 days a week.
Yeah. So if we do end up cutting things down, like we said, NXT, it's the best we've got.
But I would rather cover everything. But if we have to only stream one, it's going to be the NXT stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we will post what we need to. We will do what we need to do. If we have to take a day and do games, still we will still.
Yeah, I'd still like to do. I feel like if we're gonna do anything, we could do NXT, TNA, and then a game. But that's still.
Yeah, we're still playing with that. We got to find out kind of where his whole stuff is going to lie. But
let's move on
again,
to.
This was another really, really good match.
This was.
And for the guys, I'm going to say this was the best of the weekend.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
For the women, hands down, the best of the whole entire weekend.
Yes.
Like, even beating this match.
Yeah, it was
Stephanie Bakir and Jordan Grace.
This was a pretty close second.
But this was the best men's match of the entire weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And I feel like here for what I'm saying and not what I'm saying. I feel like in the future, when Miles Bourne isn't the underdog anymore, this could have been an even better match.
I feel like he gave. I know I'm essentially saying what you did, but I feel like
he proved that he's not an underdog.
Yeah, Miles gave it everything.
It took everything Oba had to put him down and keep him down.
I mean, there was literally, and I made fun of it, okay, and Tafari over here had to kind of be like, no. I gave him his props. Because they said Oba was running at full force, and it was more like this.
And like I said, to be fair, they've been going for like 15, 20 minutes. At that point, you're already gassed. That is your top speed.
Exactly.
And even then,
and this was a good fight.
That's 300 pounds a man coming at you. Even if it is at a light jaunt, that's still going to hurt. Especially when
it was noticeably like not Braun Breaker's speed, okay? But then again, I feel like
Braun Breaker just built it.
Yeah.
Speed. Oh my god, that'd be such a Oba Femi versus Braun Breaker. Anyway, I'm
gonna tell you this, and I've said it before, and I will say it again. The Incredible Hulk is not green. The Incredible Hulk is a black man. He's named Oba Femi. That is the Incredible Hulk. If Marvel was to recast the Incredible Hulk, my vote is Oba Femi.
Yep.
You don't even change his color. Just throw him in the ring. This is the Incredible Hulk, or throw him in this city. And you know what I said? I said, could you imagine watching in a movie Oba Femi flipping cars and destroying buildings? And what did you say, Tafari?
Look, you act like he's not already doing it. Anyway, but this was genuinely an amazing fight. Like I said,
This was another solely back and forth.
Yes.
I mean, these guys were fist to fist. I mean, it was blow.
Here's
blow.
The thing that we kept pointing out, Miles Bourne has to have like a 6'6" vertical, because he hit Oba Femi with 4 drop kicks,
4 to
not
5.
to the chest, to the face. Like, this man jumped up with both feet and kicked Oba Femi dead in his face. It was miraculous. But like I said, Oba Femi does retain his title. He hits him with a second and then a third fall from grace to retain the title. And then, as he's leaving the ring, he turns to Miles and he just gives him like a little nod, like, you did good, kid. But like I said, I genuinely feel like if we get a repeat of this match down the line, I mean, it's going to be phenomenal. Because here's the thing. Miles went into this as the underdog. He went into this knowing he couldn't match.
But you know what I think's going to happen? And it just popped into my head. Charlie Dempsey.
Yeah.
On Tuesday is going to be up Miles' ass. Pointing out everything because he's become the little douchebag.
Oh, yeah. I see that, and I can see Miles
pointing out everything Miles did wrong and why he wasn't good enough to beat Oba like he had said he was.
And you know what? I really hope if that does happen, Miles just shut the fuck up and knocks him into that, like just boom right across the jaw. Do I see that happening? Not necessarily, because I feel like Miles is too nice of a guy for that. But at the same time.
Oh, and I don't know if I posted. I might have posted it. But I'm going to go ahead and say it here, since we're talking about Miles and we talked about Stephanie. Oba made a comment after the match, and I don't know if I put it on the Discord. Put it on the Discord, we'll bring it up again. But he made a comment about Stephanie and how she retained her title, but her boyfriend just couldn't quite do it.
Oh, well, you might be barking up the wrong tree, buddy. I feel like Stephanie gonna come and whoop your ass.
So, that was kind of their coming out when they didn't really say it, but he did bring it up, and everybody's kind of saying, like, this is official.
Yeah.
Whenever nobody was 100% sure if it was official.
Yeah.
So, they're saying that Oba made it official.
Look, all I'm saying, Oba, you better watch your damn mouth, because Stephanie will come and she will kick your ass.
And you know what the thing is?
She would. She would. She would come out there and she would face Oba Femi. And
she would get in his face.
And if I'm being completely honest, if I mean 1,000%, I don't know who would win that. That is how built different Stephanie. I don't know if Oba could put her down.
I'm gonna agree with that. Like that would definitely. I know we're not gonna get it, but
no, we're at least like a decade off. But the thing is, they have it in the game, and we've had glimpses of it, at least in TNA, like with Ali attacking what's her name?
Indy Hartwell.
Yeah, with him attacking Indy Hartwell, with him attacking Steel.
Mm-hmm.
We've had glimpses of it.
And they've done it in
it's in 2K25.
Lucha Underground.
Yeah, it's in 2K25.
Because like Penta has fought Io on several occasions.
Really? I would love to see that. That sounds amazing.
We'll have to see if we can find some.
That sounds. I want to see that. I want to see that so mad. I can't wait until that becomes like a staple thing in the WWE and NXT. Imagine Stephanie Vakir going around facing Miles Bourne, facing Oba Femi. She would kick the shit out of Trick Williams. Wipe that stupid ass smirk off his face.
There'd be no Trick Willie, be Flat Willie.
Yeah, no fuck. Anyway, speaking of that douchebag, we get to the main event. Trick Williams versus Joe Hendry for the TNA World Title. And it was a major letdown.
Well, I'm going to say the match was good.
I'm not even
good.
Good. Maybe. I'd say it was okay. At best. I didn't see anything
out of the ordinary.
Yeah, they hit their moves, and that was about the extent of it.
Are you okay? Over there? Are you okay? You got it? I'm getting side-eyed over here.
Excuse me.
But anyway.
Yeah, this was a train wreck. Like I said, the match itself was, in my opinion, okay. They hit their moves on each other. That was about it. There wasn't any any crazy counters. There was kind of back and forth.
But here's the thing. Didn't he...
Didn't what? Trick Williams cheated, yes, because he's a trifling little bitch.
Didn't he bring the title in?
Yes. He brings the title into the ring. He's like he's gonna go and hit him across the face with it.
Poor John Cena.
But the referee stops him. He takes the title, which allows Joe Hendry to hit the standing ovation. So the ref drops the title.
Which I don't understand that at all.
Well, because he was going for a pin.
I know.
I agree.
I don't understand that at all. Like, I would have chucked it out on the floor or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't have just towed it back down on the ring.
I assume these stories, and it's the title, you have to respect it, even though we literally saw John Cena throw the title. Anyway.
But yeah.
I agree. It was stupid. But he drops the title in the ring to try and count the pinfall. Trick Williams kicks out. But Trick uses his long legs to latch onto the bottom rope. And then he snaps back into action and slams Hendry
into the title.
Through the announce table, apparently. Attempting... What?
No, he hit him with the title. He fell on the title.
Yeah, he hits him with whatever it is. He slams him face first on the title, which immediate DQ. Like, what the fuck was that ref doing? Immediate DQ. You're the one who brought it into the ring. I don't care if it was unintentional. The match is over.
And he did. He looked totally confused for, like, a second or two. And then Trick pinned him, and he's like, "Oh."
Yeah, like even the announcer's like, "Oh, he has to let that go." Who's on it? Bitch, no. I don't care if it's unintentional. You brought it into the ring. You used it. You're done. But of course,
again, like I said, I feel like he should have kicked it out or something. Even if he had to go for a pin, he should at least try to kick it out. He just kind of like set it down and slid into the pin, and it was like, what?
But then Trick hits the trick shot. He pins Henry. And he makes history as the first ever WWE superstar to hold the TNA World Championship.
What again, I don't know if I put this on.
Which I think they need to go back and rewatch the match and.
Again, I think this has different motives. I think this has layers to it. It's like an ogre. A layer has onions. Okay. Has layers. Mm-hmm. We've already talked about this. Everybody is like 99.9% sure Hendry is going to WWE when his contract is up sometime towards the end of this year. Don't know a date yet. It's not been announced at all. Mm-hmm. But we know he's in his contract year.
Yes. We've been aware of this for a while now.
So, in order to create to where Hendry still has a shot to get his title back, but yet they still have a chance to kind of let Hendry run his course, they can get another one in there to get the title, to maybe have Hendry fight for it, lose, and then go.
Mm-hmm.
Which... the rumor is it's going to be Santana.
Then why not just have it be Santana?
Exactly.
Because they need to make history. They need to show off.
It should not have been Trick Williams.
Okay.
I don't...
No, hold on. If we're going to put a TNA title on Trick Williams, okay? Mm-hmm. I know somebody else who needs a second title.
Are you talking about Nova?
Nope. I want to see Stephanie going against Masha Slamovich.
Oh my god, that would be amazing!
Yeah, that'd be a fight.
Title for title.
I see it happening.
At that point, she can just retire. At that point, she can just retire. Like, you know what? No.
But I'm saying, how cool would that be?
No.
Title for title.
No, I want to go with the idea you said way back when. She just gets every title. She goes. You know what? I'm gonna re-challenge for the North American title. I'm gonna take that. You know what? I'm gonna go to TNA. I'm gonna take their Knockouts title. Then I'm gonna go up to the main roster. You know what? Tiffy, your title looks pretty good too. Let me have that one.
And then
the first.
Hold on, wait. And EO, by the way, why don't you side with me and we'll take the tag titles while we're at it?
Yeah, but first I stick your title to you. The first ever quintuple champion.
Stephanie just walking out with belts up to her.
Yeah, you know, one around the waist, one on each arm.
And, a tank thing, she can have one strapped around her thigh.
Yeah, one on each thigh, one around the waist, one on each shoulder, one around the neck for good. The tag team title around the neck for good measure. Look, I know it. Look, I know it never happened, but if there is anyone that's gonna be the first ever triple, quadruple, quintuple champion, it's Stephanie McKeer. But you know what? While we're at it, fuck it.
Give her the men's titles.
Yeah,
too?
give her men's titles too. You know what, Trick? I already said she's gonna whoop your ass. She's gonna take your title. She's gonna whoop your Trick. Then she can go up. She could go face Jey Uso. She can go face John Cena. Just give her all.
She's the one that takes John Cena's title away. No, bitch, you ain't taking the title home.
No, she just goes and takes everybody's title.
And
And do we think Stephanie is that good? Yes.
And the thing is,
hell yes.
You know what I need to see? You know what I need to see? I need to see it. She defends every single one of them at WrestleMania. Both nights of WrestleMania are just Stephanie McKeer retaining title. We have one match with Stephanie McKeer, and then there's one throwaway match, and then it's Stephanie McKeer, then there's another throwaway, and then it's Stephanie McKeer, and she retains all of her titles, and at the end she's like, you know what, I'm retiring, guys, y'all can have your titles back, have a good rest of your life, I'm done.
Look, I'm retired, I just saved wrestling.
Yep, exactly, I can see it happening.
But no, 100% in the real. How cool would it be? Stephanie McKeer versus Masha Slamovich, title for title.
Yeah?
Whoever walks out is the TNA and NXT champion.
I could see it.
Beautiful. I don't see it, but it'd be beautiful.
Oh, I could see it
WWE!
happening.
Listen!
It's not gonna happen.
I know.
But it would be beautiful.
I think that would be a hell of a match.
Yeah?
Oh, absolutely.
Because Masha is a beast.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not going to say she's Stephanie level, but she's good.
Oh, yeah.
She is good in that ring.
But, like I said, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because I've only seen Trick as this whiny little douchebag, but he doesn't seem that good to me. Like, as everything we've seen him do in that ring, he's good, but he's not great. He's not on the level of Obafemi or Javon Evans or, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but he doesn't seem that good. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. Like I said, I've only been watching Trick Williams for how long have we been doing this? 3 months, maybe?
Maybe 6 months to 3 to 6 months, somewhere around there.
Yeah, so maybe I just haven't seen him in his prime or whatever.
Well, we've been watching it, January.
Was it? Did we start all the way back in January?
Well, when did we start streaming stuff? And then when we started streaming wrestling, we decided we were going to start watching NXT, and then we started doing it at Mania.
Oh, that's right. So
it was probably around January.
So yeah, about 5-6 months. So maybe it's just because I haven't seen, because I know he was NXT champion for a while. He was a fan favorite. You know, people loved him, whatever. Maybe he was better then, but he's just not that impressive to me. Maybe I haven't been watching closely enough. Maybe I haven't, whatever. But he just He's not that good. He's
exactly.
good. Don't get me wrong. He's good. He's sure as hell better than I am right now, but he's good. Maybe that's just me, though. I don't know. I feel like he didn't deserve to be the first ever person to win a championship across brands. But that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And my opinion means less than 0, so... Anyway, moving on, because we are done now. We just have a few things to run over in Discord.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green posts on X. She says, "Me tonight, it's absolutely insane." I was like, what just happened? The ref turns to me, and I thought he said, "You won," but he said, "Your nose is broken." And I was like, what? And he said, "Your nose is broken." And I was like, wait, excuse me? I'm not even mad. I don't know what this picture...
It's if you go to the thing, it's a video, and it shows her broken nose.
Imagine being a wrestler on Raw and seeing Bronson Reed link up with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. The whole roster is cooked. Yeah, honestly, what do you do? What are you doing at that point? Because the one guy who could maybe go against Bronson Reed is no longer there. So I think y'all are cooked. You got the two biggest powerhouses on Monday Night Raw right now. And the architect, one of the smartest guys in the business, and Paul Heyman. Like, if they don't start running Raw, something is wrong. And I'm not saying I want them to, because I'm not a fan of it. But at the same time, they need to. If they're going to have this faction be as imposing as it's meant to be, they need to run Raw.
Yep.
What Seth is going to be the main event of next year's Mania?
Yeah.
You're fine.
You can go out in a minute, buddy. I will get you in a minute. Then we already showed this, but this is R-Truth's gear for his match against John Cena. Like I said, you can buy this shirt on the WWE shop.
Yeah, I got it a little bit later, too.
Reminder that Drew McIntyre is dealing with multiple injuries at the moment. The fact that Priest won in such a brutal fashion suggests he's taking time off. He'll for sure come back stronger than ever. Like I said, I hope so, because I want to cheer for McIntyre. Stephanie Vakir says she was comfortable for performing on the main roster. I don't feel a big difference. I feel home. Like I said,
Exactly.
first ever triple, quadruple, quintuple, sextuple, octuple champion. Just give her all the titles. I'd watch it. And then have her defend all 8 at the same night. And retain them all. Because she's just built like that. Wrestling needs more heel commentators like Jesse Ventura who talk trash about babyfaces, side with heels, and actually pull it off without sounding cringe. They really add so much to the matches. We need more commentators like him.
Again, we had this thing. I grew up listening to Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Being like one of the best heel commentators.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I just have a special place for Jesse.
I don't know. I didn't... Because there's a difference between being a heel commentator and siding with the heels and just circle jerking the heels because they are heels. That's what it felt like to me. He felt like a cartoon villain who was cartoonishly evil for the sake of being evil and heelish. Maybe that's just